My name is the Craw.
The Craw?
Oh, not the Craw. The Craw.
Let's go, lady! This time I'm warning you!
My dad was half Chinese and half Hawaiian, and my mother's Swedish.
I'm Caroline.
His new owner, I am sucking it.
Just put it on. You can't tell an Asian he made a mistake. He'll go in the back and throw himself on a sword.
Dude, I don't even know their names.
Shoot. I can't really think of one.
Oh, there is the girl in, oh shit.
Let's see. I can't think of any names. Fuck, this is so bad. Oh my god.
Asian characters comprise of a very small percentage of on-screen roles, and the sparse handful of existing Asian characters are props, purposed for comedic relief, acting as the punchline of jokes that target Asian stereotypes, reinforcing them in the process. Asian and Asian American realities have long been virtually erased from the mainstream American film and television. Not only are Asian American-centered plots and characters historically few and far between, but the existing Asian roles are often given to white actors. The practice of whitewashing spans most of the 20th century and beyond, with early films such as 1937's The Good Earth, in which white actors play the film's Asian characters Wong, Lung, and Olan, to the 2010 live-action remake of Avatar: The Last Airbender, with a mostly white cast playing the anime's originally Asian characters. By casting white actors in Asian roles, Hollywood eliminates representation of Asian Americans in mainstream film and television, further narrowing the already restrictive market for Asian American actors. Along with whitewashing, Asian American actors must contend with the discriminatory practice of typecasting, where they are often called on only to play stereotypical and explicitly Asian roles. Anime Wong, for example, played the supporting roles of the Asian villainess again and again, while white actors played the leads. The exotic, evil, and one-dimensional roles in which Wong was cast reflect white America's fear of the Yellow Peril, a term used to describe the racist fiction that an influx of Asian immigrants was going to steal American jobs and destroy the economy. Other Asian actors faced the same treatment, forced to play stereotypes that varied in accordance to how Asian Americans were viewed at the time. Given this history, the 1994 premiere of All American Girl seemed like a victory for Asian Americans. Based off the life and work of rising comedian Margaret Cho, the show was the first primetime sitcom to feature an Asian American family as its central focus. All American Girl follows the story of Margaret, a fictionalized version of Cho herself. On the show, Margaret is depicted as a rebellious young college student who constantly finds herself at odds with her traditional Korean family, especially her mother. Despite its potential to challenge previous lack of representation of Asian Americans in film and television, the show is ultimately a complete failure and was canceled after a single 19-episode season. Though All American Girl was inspired by Cho's stand-up comedy and by her lived experience as an Asian American woman, this authenticity was sacrificed in order to appeal to a broader audience. The show was panned by critics and Asian Americans alike for promoting Korean and Asian stereotypes rather than dispelling them. Margaret's mother was the tiger mom. Her siblings were the model minority.
Margaret, do you know why I encourage your brother to become a cardiologist?
No.
Because I always knew that one day you'd give me a heart attack. What are you wearing?
Though All American Girl represented a significant triumph purely by the fact of its existence as a primetime show focused primarily on Asian Americans, it ultimately failed to revolutionize the portrayal of Asians on screen by virtue of its dependence upon modern-day Asian stereotypes. In February 2015, ABC premiered Fresh Off the Boat, the first show to center around an Asian American family since the failure of All American Girl 20 years earlier. Based off of the memoir by Taiwanese-American restaurateur and writer Eddie Huang, Fresh Off the Boat received very high ratings and was renewed for a second season soon after its premiere. Set in 1995 suburban Orlando, the show follows a young Eddie and his family as they uproot their lives from Washington, D.C., so his father can pursue his dreams of opening up a restaurant. As it depicts the family's resettlement, the show attempts to explore the specific struggles of Asian Americans living in a predominantly white suburban neighborhood. Fresh Off the Boat reflects the huge progress made in representation since All-American Girl. Though many of the characters fall into the same familiar tropes, tiger mom, model minority, siblings, rebellious young main character, Fresh Off the Boat focuses on character development in a way that All-American Girl did not. Characters in Fresh Off the Boat acknowledge and grapple with their Asian American identities, developing multidimensional Asian American characters who feel much deeper and more real than the stereotypes reenacted in All-American Girl.
What?
We need to reconnect with our culture, not surround ourselves with white people doing white things.
You know what's a white thing? Hanging up a Buddha picture. Jessica, you got me all excited about the country club, and now I want to do it.
Our parents made sure we knew where we came from. We need to do the same thing for the boys.
If All-American Girl got Asian Americans a seat at the table of representation in mainstream American television, then Fresh Off the Boat is finally given Asian Americans and their experiences a real voice. However, the show is not perfect. The real Eddie Huang, whose memoir is the show's inspiration, has been among its most vocal critics. Though there has been significant progress in recent decades, there is still undoubtedly a long way to go before Asian Americans are no longer marginalized in American mainstream television and film.